presentation of Retro Sports Network. The wife is... Don't give me the finger like that, Sarah. Jeez, come here for a minute. Don't give me the finger. Oh. The following is a live special presentation of Retro Sports Network. Don't write checks. Your butt can't cash, darling. Home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And we were supposed to do this last night. A game did not come out last night. And so this is our initial look at Action PC Basketball 2020. You and I will go through the game together. I have installed the game. I have a season that I had started from a couple versions before, so you actually get to look at some pictures and standings and screens, and then we're going to go through and check out the chalkboard and play a quarter of a game. But I have pretty much unlimited time to go through everything that you want to go through as far as the game is concerned and all that. And so I apologize for this not being last night because game wasn't out last night. And so you and I will go through this together. Apparently there's all sorts of new things. This appears to be, and like I said, I just installed the game and put it in a season I already had started, to be the big update that we see from one of Dave Cook's games once every 3 or 4 years in a version. And so this one, if you're looking to upgrade, this looks like without having to play it, now is the time to do that. So let me call up the chat and show you the game screen. Dave. Let me do it this way so I don't get that. All right, you should see the game. Okay, so this is what the main screen looks like. You got the logos, the recent games, the upcoming games, the scoring leaders, and all that. That's a snapshot screen. Here's the team statistics page, all kind of laid out for you. Not sure there's anything new there. And then you can break things down as far as team offense and team defense is concerned. Poor Portland's only scoring 95 points a game. Here's the record book for what's going on. High scoring game. The Iceman, I will love that. George Gervin has 2 51-point games in the early going. This was not sim, by the way, with this version. So there's that. Bo Cheeks had 10 steals against the Pistons on November 9th. And Kareem had 2 9-block games. League MVP, the All-Stars. League analysis. Now, this is new, I think. Points per game, field goals made, field goal attempts, three-pointers made, three-point attempts. And those are league averages, the shooting percentages, so you can compare. I suppose you can have basketball reference there. 2-point percentages, 3-point percentages, free throws, how you're shooting on the road, how you're shooting at home. I think that's new. Home team winning percentage, margins, points by position. That's pretty gosh darn cool, isn't it? All right, and here's the Celtics stat page. So you can see that. Cedric Maxwell has not taken a 3-point shot. Neither is Rick Roby. And so that's the roster. Those are the games that they've played. And and you can get to the player card from there. So here's how the player card looks like in the 2020 version. Playing time, games, minutes, and average. That was there before. And if you have any questions, let me know. The game roster, so you can see how it breaks things down per game. And a little bit of history repeating there. So, any questions so far? Well, definitely, Jamie, I think this is the one. Jamie says, I haven't played the basketball game since 2015. I like the basketball game. I just don't think it streams very well. But I'm thinking that this is going to be different. This is what the schedule screen looks like. So it's the same as every other of the games. You get the logos. You have lines. Celtics are favored by 6 over Utah on this particular date. I think I got all the courts in there too. That's why I picked this season. Standings. How do you put... Okay, we'll get to that in a second. I can't imagine that anything has changed as far as that's concerned. But I know Dave always likes to know what the schedule screen looks like. Pretty much the same as everything else. Let's go back to a day that's already been played. And yep, so in a game that has already been played, you can just hover over the map of the box and get the in-game box. How many minutes they played, rebounds, assists, and points. So Bill Cartwright played 42 minutes in this particular game. Scored 42 points, 42 minutes, 9 points, and 2 assists. See if the box has changed. Doesn't look like it. That's what a team screen looks like. That's the in-game play-by-play. Positions they played at and playing time. Really deep statistically. They've been working on that one for a while. All right. Logos. Organize. Team information. Come on, pop up. Looks to be the same as before. So as long as the logos are in the right folder, I've got so many in there that it'll take forever. So the Celtics logo is there. You put the coaches' pictures in the regular same folder as the players' pictures. Yep. Yes, Action PC definitely embraces the analytics. The uniforms go in the same folder, so that hasn't changed. There's the half-court graphic. That's the old way. And there's the court. So none of this has changed. If you've done it before, there's something I do see over here. You can now choose the team type. Pro, college, ABA, and Olympic, because the Olympic sets are coming through pretty soon. Okay? So you'll be able to, it tells the game how to do the stats. So pro, college, ABA, or NBA, college, ABA, and Olympic. Stock or draft, because there are draft leagues. And you can now differentiate between men and women. I'm assuming that will go through how the ratings are adjusted. The strength of schedule is only for college. So that's new. Anything else? Let's go through the rules. Okay, let's see if any of this is new. Yeah, that's true, Jamie. It may change the pronouns. Play-by-play, he or him or she or her. Good point. Good point. I hadn't thought of that. All right, you can set the periods per game. 2 or 4 minutes per period. I'm assuming it goes from 1 to 19. Overtime length. Shot clock. The offensive rebound reset on a shot clock. You can go Display tenths of a second, which you would do for any pro season after 1990. Timeouts. Timeouts in the last period. Timeouts in the last 3 minutes. And timeouts in overtime. And you can determine whether or not you want media timeouts or not. I would do that. Miscellaneous rules. Jump after every quarter. Is a zone legal? 3-point shot. All games on neutral courts. Traditional position labels. Center, forward, and guards. Replay reviews. Allow human coaches to use computer man matchups. Not sure about that one. Game score ticker. Tied ball jump rule. So the college, the possession arrow, which sucks. Active roster limit, 12. Injuries, none, in-game or pre-game. Temporary game injuries and transaction dates. So that's all new. How you doing? Oh, Lorenzo's paying for the Starbucks today. So fouls, team fouls. So that's how the bonus works. In 79-80, you're 6 fouls and you're out. 2 technicals and an ejection. You can change that. You could actually go to 10 fouls if you wanted for a DQ. You could have no ejections. You can have up to 3 technicals. Technical free throws. And you can set the warnings for illegal defense. And have suspensions. Special foul rules, depending on the year. Flagrant, whether an offensive foul counts as a team foul. This year you had 3 to make 2 in the bonus. And 2 to make 1. 1 shot pre-penalty, which you need for the 50s and 60s seasons. 3 to make 2 on the backcourt. 1 foul under 2 minutes. And the ABA rule, a technical was a personal. The usage penalties are still the same. I don't use them. There's a place for league logos. You can hide real stats. That's in the new version. Not something I'd ever use. And the quick play things we haven't played with before. Any questions? We're going to set up a scenario game. Lakers and Celtics. Going to play the entire fourth quarter. So 90 and 90. And I'll be nice. I'll give the Lakers possession. So we want the full court. Court display left. Plays right. Icon colors. Home and road. Full court. Ooh, that's new. A lot of these we're just going to figure out here. I don't do team color play-by-play. Graphics and sound. We're going to let this one go. We do not want the narrator. And I'm going to check off the national anthem. All right, we ready? Ooh. Ooh, it doesn't tell me anything. I like that. So, options. What I didn't see... Setup. We'll play the Lakers as the computer. And I'll coach the offense and defense. Okay, so we're going to see the chalkboard here for the first time. To Jones from Magic. Back over to Kareem. Roby defending. Nowhere to go. Kareem with a short shot. Good. Nice. Archibald brings it up. Lobs a soft pass to Ford to Archibald. Back to Ford. Long over to Maxwell. Guard it back out to Archibald. Okay, that's enough passing. Bird inside. Rises up. Scores. So 92-92, and that took 25. Or Wilkes. I like the chalkboard, don't you? Jabbar gets the rebound. Wilkes with it. Loose ball foul. Maxwell over and back. Now, where is... Call all plays. This looks like this is going to stream a lot better, doesn't it, Jamie? What are you thinking, Dave? So Magic dribbles it in the front court to Nixon. Over to Wilkes. So we're going to get a pass-by-pass thing. Jabbar outside. Magic to Kareem. Well, we're getting every pass here. Nixon should drive. Oh, I like that. And it's good. Off the glass and in. All right, so we're going to actually call a play here. This has not changed. So you bring it up. If you're not familiar with the basketball game, the more stars you have, the more open you are. And so Maxwell being a 3-star pass here. No, hockey does not have the chalkboard yet. Let's go through the things on the side. You see the ratings for the teams and how they go overall. Are there circular players? All right. If you click on the Players tab, you get the ratings for everybody. Stats is what I usually leave it on. It tells me the team stats. And there's no ticker. Game screen. Okay. Full court icons. We can go position, initials, uniform number, or photo. Is that what we're talking about? Let's go photo. Chalkboard. Not seeing circles. Position? Initials? Let's leave it on name for now. Yeah, all right. Let's see what we got here. Ooh! Now, what do you think about that? That is photos and names. All right. Let's set up the outside shot for Maxwell. Maxwell. Stolen by... That's new. Jones with a steal. Tipped it away. Now Johnson, are they going to run the break? Nixon. He's the one. Shoots the jumper. That's out of bounds. I love the chalkboard. Yeah, I think your Oakland Oaks will. That's a little confusing here, so let's change that. Let's try position. initials. How does that look? Yes, better to look good than to feel good for the Oaks. I don't really like... I like the icons. I'm kind of getting a couple versions ago of Football Manager. Feel for that. Into Bird is the call. Chris Ford. Larry Bird. Back out to Maxwell. A lot of passes. I'll try uniform number in a moment. Bird. Stolen by Norm Nixon. This is kind of a bit... Johnson will walk it up. Over to Jamal Wilkes. Gotta know who the players are. 5-footer from Wilkes. No. Rebound. Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem. The other way. Little runner. No. Looks like Bird's going to get the rebound here. Yes, he does. And we don't get a fast break. All right. Uniform number. If they have it. So uniform, yeah, not everyone's going to have the uniform number. Although that wouldn't be too difficult if you were to do a series replay and put those in. Archibald walks it up. And Archibald's going to pass. Archibald again. He's got the ball. He's going to drive it in the paint. That's what I've called anyway. Weaves through. Oh, yeah, off the glass. I like that. Off the glass and in. Bird with the assist. Now Nixon over to Jabbar. Won't stay with the uniform numbers. Kareem drives and it's out of bounds. So that's new. Boston ball. This is confusing me. So we're going to go back to name. We'll do name and photo. Did you lose the sound? You shouldn't have lost the sound. Can you hear me? There hasn't been a lot of in-game sound. All right, so Jones is playing tight for Bird. So we'll call the play to Bird. Maybe no photos. To Maxwell, over to Bird. Bird is the word. He'll shoot. No. Rebound. Won't go. Kareem. So Kareem, are they going to walk it up? No, Johnson there. It's kind of cool. Oh, the game, you haven't had a lot of sound in the game. Kareem in the paint. Point blank range. No. But Bird fouled him. See that? So that's on. Yeah, this is much more streamable. We'll go name for that. So Kareem hits the first. Pretty fluid movement too, isn't it? By the way, if anybody cares, it's 95-94. Oh! Boston using their bench. Second one for Kareem. Oh, nice. You saw how it played out. Back out. Bird with the rebound. And they'll walk it up. Henderson. Don't have a picture of him. Looks for Bird inside. Guarded by Jones. Yeah, I'm liking this, Dave. Pass it to Bird. That's the call anyway. Henderson to Bird. Inside. Against Jones. Little runner. Yes. 96-95 Celtics. Johnson to Jones. New play-by-play. I haven't seen the gorgeous wraparound for. He makes the basket. And there is 8:28 to go. Judkins wants a 3, huh? Okay, we'll give him a 3. Henderson to Judkins. Back to Henderson. Back out to Judkins. Little too much passing back and forth here. Now he's going to take the shot. Good! 99-97, Boston. Johnson walks it up over to Nixon. A little too much back and forth. I'm waiting to see a fast break here. Carr defends Nixon. Nixon with a jumper. No, Henderson gets the... I like how the rebounds are there. Loose ball foul on Henderson. And we change up everybody for both teams. Besides the stream factor, but I'm enjoying seeing what's happened more than reading, especially games like hockey and basketball at a fast pace. I'm liking what I'm seeing now. I think you could actually do a lot of calling from a game just on the chalkboard, which is for streaming purposes a major plus forward. The thing is, if you were to do a short project, you would need to have the photos. Al sent me a ton of them. I just got to put them in. I'd like that basketball court to be a little bigger. So Boone will bring it up over to Holland, to Spencer Haywood, back to Boone. Haywood, back to Boone. Okay, this is a little repetitive. Haywood inside, post up on Bird. He'll shoot. That's good. So 99-99, and there is 7:55 to go. Henderson will pass. Oh, good audible. Henderson going to drive on Holland. Drives to the basket. Oh, yeah, I like that. Off the glass and in. 101-99. Now, Boston can choose a defense. Haywood has the ball outside. Normally, I don't play defense, but just to show, this is pretty much the same thing as before. Normal. Haywood, guarded by Bird, passes it over to Abdul-Jabbar, and Roby will reach in for the foul, and that's the 4th on the Celtics. Mr. Maxwell's back in. Here, by the way, is how the Celtics bench, or the bench thing works. This hasn't changed. Auto sub is there, so if you just like having the computer do all that, you can. There's a rotation grid. But yes, this is much more watchable. I absolutely agree. And you just X out of here. Cooper. You can call the defense here. Again, I'm just going to call it basic. Kareem out to Jules Holland. Carr defending him. He shoots. It's off the glass. I love how the rebounds go. Roby's going to get it. Yep. Nice. And still no fast breaks. Carr will walk it up. Judkins again on a 3. He's already hit 1. Judkins, no. Is that out of bounds or did Kareem get the rebound? No good. Right to Kareem. Is there any way to adjust the court size? All right. After this next possession, we'll look. Shoots the jumper. Roby off the... Wow! You saw Roby get faked out of his shoes and go out of bounds. All right, let's take... Oh, but ML Carr will commit the foul. All right, hold on. All right, court size, full court. Court display, left or right? Well, let's see what that does. I wonder, we go small there. Let's see what that does. No, that doesn't change anything. That just changes the font. look at the half court. But you're right. There's a pop-up now. I'm assuming if someone gets like 10 points, that'll be like the football game that will come up. Here's the half court. Let's see if there's a chalkboard for that. He made it. Getting a second? Oh, no, it's... Okay, so let's see what we get here. ML Carr. It's going to shoot. Oh, that's too slow. I don't like this either, so... But if you're wondering what the half court looks like... It would be nice if you didn't have all those stats on the screen. It does make it look rather small, doesn't it? Judkins to inbound. Oh, Roby. We're going to feed Roby. Pick and roll. Roby over Nixon. One-hander. That's good. 103, 102, 6:28 to go. Nixon, back to Boone. Into Jones. They're trying to set the screen to him. Flips it up. Good. Still have yet to have a fast break. Going to feed Bird. Bird is the word inside. Tiny. To Bird inside. Bird will be fouled by Spencer Haywood. I like that. Having that go on the screen. Trust me, if I do some games here, we will not be having the auto subs on. Non-shooting foul. Second on the Lakers, by the way. Judkins to inbound. And again, we're going to feed Roby inside. Tiny, top of the circle, over to Roby. Inside, does he go for it? Unloads, over Jones. No, rebound, and Bird. And Jones gets called for the foul. That's the third one. Yeah, I'd like the court to be bigger. I don't think it's mattered as much in years past because the chalkboard has been, let's just be honest, not very good. I'd like a little more real estate for that. Because, look, if you mouse over the time on the clock, you get everybody's stats. So there's plenty of places to get stats on the screen. You don't, in the hockey game, you have the tabs. And then you get the overall. So I know some things you want to be able to see at a quick glance. It just seems like it takes up too much real estate. But this is miles ahead of where we were before. Judkins outside is the call. From Archibald. He's going to drive. That's cool. Off the glass and in. Yeah, this is impressive. He's got 5 points. 105-104 Boston. Magic to Nixon. Cross court to Haywood. Back out to Magic. Magic. 15-footer. No. Rebound Chris Ford. Are we going to get a fast break? And I love how... Nope, we're still not had a fast break. Tiny locks it up. 15 seconds on the clock. Ford open for the three. Boston ring the defense. Ford, is he going to shoot? Oh, off the boards. Maxwell with the rebound. I love how the offensive rebounds are clean. Maxwell goes back up with it. Blocked by Haywood. Oh, and you saw it blink Roby gets the offensive rebound. Roby goes up for the shot over Jones. No, and that looks like Maxwell or Haywood. It's Cedric. Cornbread will pass it out, and we'll start it again. That was pretty cool. I love how the action, that really kind of felt like you were watching a basketball game there, didn't it? Fresh 24, Judkins has it on the outside, guarded by Wilkes. Judkins is going to drive. Nope, that is stolen by Magic Johnson. We're going to get a fast break. Yep, here comes the break. Johnson over to Nixon. And it's hit out of play, out of bounds. Whose ball? Los Angeles ball. 4:23, a 1-point game. Fatigue has been reworked. So it's Magic, Nixon, Wilkes, Jones, and Kareem for the Lakers. Tiny, Chris Ford, ML Carr, Cedric Maxwell, and Larry Bird is your center from the 79-80 season. Jones inbounds it. Over to Nixon. He's the one. Back to Johnson. Magic. Jumper outside. No, it looks like Carr got the rebound. And no, it's Tiny. Can we get a fast break? Oh, here we go. Fast break. 2-on-2. Archibald to Ford. And he double dribbled. Well, isn't that special? Wilkes to Johnson. Has his eye open. Back out to Wilkes. And there's a whistle. And Jones and Maxwell. A double foul. I've never seen that in this game. So Jones and Maxwell get mouthy with each other, and they both get called for the foul. So it remains Laker ball. 8 seconds on the 24. 3:57 to go in the quarter. Jones. In the paint. Jones in the middle. Stolen by Maxwell. How about that? Cedric, 4-on-1 the other way. Gonna run the break. Carr to Bird. Long pass to Archibald. Well, that's weird. That would be an over and back. Back to Carr. To Bird. Too many passes for a fast break. Bird in the paint. Yes, sir. Lays it up and in. I love how the layups are. You can see it hit off the glass before going in the basket. 107-104 Boston. 3:47 to go in this exhibition quarter. Wilkes will drive the lane and blocked by Carr. You can see where the basketball will blink for that split second. Maxwell gets the rebound and Boston will walk it up. I know it's hard because it's also small, but the basketball will blink on the block or a rebound, so you can tell something's up. Archibald will walk it up. Ford, back to Tiny. To Carr, out on the right. Cross court to Ford. They pass it around. Archibald, top of the key. Back over to Ford, foul line right. To Archibald, Tiny. Long jumper, no. And the rebound is controlled by Tiny. And Tiny will pass it around. 3:16. 107-104. Celtics. They'll pass it around again. Archibald topside from Bird. That jumper is nope. That's loose on the floor. That's going to be, oh, it's a foul on Magic Johnson. And Tiny will shoot 2. And you'll miss the first. Oh, it's in. 108-104. Hit them both. So the Celtics by 5 with 3:03 to go. Now Magic sets the screen for Jones. Kareem to Wilkes. Back out to Johnson. Wilkes lobs one out. Jamal is going to drive on ML Carr. And that's good. Off the glass and in. Carr is knocked to the floor. In fact, it's going to be ML gets called for the foul. So that took 14 seconds. Here's Wilkes. 2 to make 1. He only needs the 1. So 109, 107. Carr outside is the call. Long jumper, no. Rebound controlled by the Lakers. It's Norm Nixon. And the Lakers, are they going to run? Nope, Johnson will walk it up. Nixon outside. This is a see, that's an error because it's on the same half of the court. And it looks like Maxwell kicked it out of bounds. And he did. He did. He dud. He dud. So 7 seconds to go on the 24-second clock, 2:17 to go on our sim quarter. Jones inbounds it for the Lakers. Nixon from Johnson. Back to Magic. 18-footer. Better shoot it. He does. And it's good. We're tied at 109. So 2:11 to go. Bird in at center with Maxwell. Maxwell inside is the call. Tiny to Maxwell. Yep, it is a good game. He takes a shot. No, it looks like the rebound goes. Oh, he's fouled by Jones. So Jones is mouthing off. Some good new play-by-play in this one, too. This is a good, well, it was 90-90. Lorenzo, I don't know if you saw the start. This is the new scenario editor, so you can take any two teams and make any scenario you want. So it's an artificially good game. And I like the fatigue. I'm looking up here, and so it's not like you can sit there and play 12 minutes. So Maxwell misses the first one. And so they all do the, hand slapping and all that. 7 fouls to 6. Both teams, by the way, in the bonus. Second one from Maxwell is good. 110, 109, Boston. Oh, a 3 to make 2. Duh. And he'll make the third. I love how the other team goes in to make the rebound on that last shot. That's pretty cool. So 111, 109. Celtics happy with just being normal. Kareem inside, finger roll. Yes, 111, 111. 144 to go. Ford inbounds it. Archibald walks it across. 15 seconds to go on the clock. Jamal Wilkes covering Larry. See if we can get the mismatch here. Ford beyond the arc. Into Larry on the edge of the paint. Tough in the clutch. Off the backboard. Yes! 113, 111. And Bird took 6 seconds off the clock there. 1:29 to go in a 2-point game. Celtics up by 2. Jumper from Jones outside is good. And we're knotted up at 113. Kareem got the assist. 1:16 to go. Celtics. 15 on the clock. Going to paint Bird inside. As you can see the switch. Maxwell. He shoots instead. That's no good. Rebound is control. Oh, it's a foul on Jones, his 4th. Which is pretty bad considering we've only played a quarter. So Maxwell will shoot 2. Actually, he's got 3 to make 2. And he'll make the first. 114, 113. So what are you guys thinking here? I'll talk about it. Spencer Haywood back in for Jones. Second one for Maxwell is good, and he makes them both. So 115, 113, last minute of this quarter. Celtics playing normal defense. Haywood inside, defended by Maxwell. Haywood with the jumper. No, that's off the side of the rim. Wilkes gets the board. Crunch time. Jamal puts it back up. No. Larry Bird gets the rebound. 47 seconds to go. 115, 113. Ford from behind the three-point line. And now the Celtics will call the play. Emil Carr, foul line extended left is the call. Ford. He shoots it himself, and that's good. Well, not what I called, and that's fine. How you doing, Mike, from the truck? 117, 113. Lakers call time. 33 seconds to go. So thoughts? Comments? As I take a drink? Looks to inbound for the Lakers. This is why I don't call defense. I don't really care. Magic top side to Kareem. Is he going to penetrate on Bird? Or is he going to, he's going to shoot the outsider, and it's good. He's got 10 in this quarter, 18 seconds, and LA calls, well, the play-by-play says Los Angeles. The screen said Boston. It's Los Angeles. Maxwell inbounds. You know the Lakers are going to foul. Celtics play for the last shot. Bird outside is the call. Carr outside, and Magic will wrap him up. Second for Magic, and that took all of 1 second. You can intentionally miss the free throw. It used to be they would put that right where the bench button would be, and you couldn't do it. So that looks to be better. ML's going to shoot 2, makes the first. Lorenzo says, in my humble opinion, it is an improvement that was needed. And I agree with that. It was frustrating before dealing with the flow of the game on the court. I never played with the chalkboard on. That's how bad it was. I'd always go with the play-by-play. I think itself, it's a very good game. I like how they've redone the fatigue. It feels more realistic. Carr misses the second one, but since it's 3 to make 2. No, it's not. Johnson has it. And the Lakers call time. They're down 118 to 115. Dave, Jamie, anyone else watching? Wilkes to inbound. Nixon. Celtics, I'm telling them no fouls. Don't foul. Outside. No, and I think for Lorenzo says in my older age, in his youthful exuberance age, I am much more a visual person than you need the chalkboard. I definitely think it's needed. I like what they've done with it. I wish the court was bigger. Just looking for your guys' thoughts too. So we're playing outside help. Lakers need a 3. Nixon downtown. No. Rebound by Maxwell. And I imagine... Oh, they're going to fast break. 14 seconds to go. Let's run it, shall we? Outlet pass to Ford. Have you driven to Ford lately? Ford's going to drive on you. Cross court to Bird. And Wilkes will wrap him. You don't want to foul Larry Bird. Bird will shoot 2. And that took 1 second. So the Celtics can wrap this up right here. First from Larry. Good. No, and I'm not talking about from a streaming perspective. It's one of the reasons why I don't stream a lot of basketball. This game is not necessarily a good streaming game. But as far as playing it is concerned, he hits them both. 120, 115. No, I think, Lorenzo, that was very good input. Again, Celtics will not foul. Kareem lays it off the glass, and that's good. But they leave with 3 seconds to go, and timeout. That's wrong. It should be timeout Lakers, and they're out. I agree. Jamie says, I agree. Lorenzo, even a more static sport like baseball, I like seeing a ground ball to short. Yep. Yeah, and I think that's the big thing with the action PC sports, the baseball and the football, is that you can actually see the play develop. In baseball, I rarely read the play-by-play. In fact, you can tell when I haven't read it, when I'll go strike 3, got him swinging or whatever, and look down, like, oh, it's called strike 3 or whatever. In the football, I won't look down and read it until after the play is over. And in basketball and hockey, you are completely dependent on the play-by-play. There are some errors in the chalkboard. Maxwell unbounds it as we tick away here. We'll hold the ball. Who's got it? I'll let Tiny hold it. And that should be it. Oh, Magic will commit the foul. Yeah, overall, baseball and football tend to stream better. I'd agree with that, Mike. Archibald gets 3 to make 2 here. Although the hockey numbers have been pretty good. But I think a chalkboard like this would be very helpful. Tiny misses the first. Doesn't really matter. Second one is good. That should be 3 to make 2. It's not, so that's wrong. It should be 3 to make 2. They're in the bonus, and we won't get a shot off. So there's the box score hasn't changed. Fourth time clearing the deck. Yeah, Beverly's getting some snow. What else do you guys want to see? You can do draft leagues here. I'm terrible at setting that up, so I really don't want to. Yes, I agree that the old Wayne Gretzky hockey game would be a great visual of the way that Pro Strategy Football 2021 is. I played the snot out of that game. Let me put this back up here. This, if you're doing the computer draft, you can set the preferences for scoring, rebounding, passing, and defense, and set it for human and computer. And the tools, all computer, all human. This is how the schedule screen is set up. So if you've pretty much the same as every other action PC game, nothing new here. Reports. Oh, this is the expanded player database. So you can get lines and you can check for year and position and college and age and salary and all. That's impressive. So you get all the stats in one place if you want that. Here's a team report screen. Kind of small to read, but you can see what this is pretty much the same. You can click on any of these for the box score. So the record, the score, field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, free throw percentage, how the rebound battle went, assists, turnovers, steals, blocks, and personal fouls, just in case you care. As always, you can click on any of the columns to get the leaders for that. So John Drew, the leading scorer. You can see that Dan Roundfield's fouled out of 5 games already for Atlanta. Game keeps track of a lot of different things. Can I click on that? No. Look at this one earlier. You can look at teams as a whole, by division. Oh, there's new buttons here. So that's how the team stats look up that way. their turnover percentage. So that's new. So you can see that, let's say, the Celtics in my 14 games have turned the ball over 16% of the time on 16% of their possessions. And these would be the standings. Comes out as a nice little text file. Last 10, division, conference, home, road, overtime, within 3 points, blowout games, trailing, leading at the half, trailing by a half, when they score more than 100. Wow! When they play winning teams, when they play losing teams. Yeah. Haven't bought this in 5 years, huh, Jamie? I think you're buying this one, right? Power rankings. It's kind of overrated for pro teams anyway, but you can see what they've done. Opposition winning percentage. So Washington is number 5, but Phoenix is number 2, and because they played the teams with a winning schedule. They're winning games by an average of 8 points a game. Utah is terrible. Yeah, a lot of this has probably been here before. Injuries. Tells you who's currently injured, including Bernard King with the Jazz. Really? And when they're due back. Poor Doug Collins. It's a long time till April. And Mokeski's done for the year. What else can we show you? I have no idea how to use this. So, if you know how to use the play analysis, it's there. Is there anything else you'd like to see, gang? Oh, you could go through and do it year by year. So if you wanted to do 79-80 as a modern season, it tells you what the numbers are. So for this year's pro season, you know that you're going to get about 88 shots per team and a field goal percentage of 46. So you can adjust. And it tells you what you're adjusting to. Holy Snickers. So this is the era. So this is what you should be getting, about 90 field goal attempts per game, about 3 three-pointers, how many free throws you can get. And it gives you the college numbers too. Oh, wow. I wonder if this is in the hockey game as well. And you can edit it to your heart's delight, I think. I'm not going to because I'd mess it up. So let's say you'd want to play in the mid-60 season. That's how many, 100 shots per game. Rebounds and how many offensive rebounds, assists. Yes, you can shut off real life stats. I think there's an alternate reality here. I'll look in a second. I've never seen this before. I know you can change the era, but I've never seen the stats laid out like this before. No. Rules? What am I looking for here? Tools. What's in the toolbox? Oh, you can set it up for the team year, and as we talked about before, set up. You can just change so much with it. You can somehow, Jamie, and I'm not sure how, you can shut off the real stats. And you used in the last year's version, you could draft fictional leagues. You can create fictional players. I won't go through it, but I'll leave this on the screen for a sec while I take a drink. And you can create up to 5,000 fictional players. So if you wanted to do your own little universe thing, you can. Anything else? I didn't have lunch yet. I'm hungry. And I don't know what my wife wants to do. So I am completely impressed. It's all right. I'm going to go on camera and say that if you haven't bought this game in a while, this is the year to do it. Oh, the deluxe version has the new season, and I believe it has the real-life schedule and the as-played schedule. What season came with it? You get game folder? All right. So here's what it comes with it. You get 63-64, 75-76 NBA, 1996-1997. Is that? I think that's the is that the 70-win Bull team? This season, the 82-game version of this season, and the best of 70s. If you buy the basic, you get the best of the 70s. I'm not real thrilled with these best of things because you get 5 versions of the same damn team. But outside of that, I think it's pretty gosh darn cool. So the deluxe version, which because I paid for the pre-sale and the upgrade, you get 4 seasons for $39.10 is what I paid for it. So you don't need to, Lorenzo, break the bank. If you use upgrade when you buy it, you get $5 off. So you should be $44.10 if you buy it now. But you get that. And a 60 season, a 70 season, a 90 season, and this season. So if you want to replay the Lakers in Miami, you can. So I'll leave it open another minute or so if anybody's got that. Well, no. Well, you could, I suppose. There's some Fortnite instructional streams out there. So what we'll do now is, I'm not sure what the wife wants to do. We will get this tomorrow. You'll see this on YouTube along with the This Week in Sim Football 1980 Week 3. And Sunday, you get some more hockey for you. It's the Whale and the Canadiens at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. So this game is, yes, the deluxe version is also known as is approved by Dave Stegman and Tom Amansky. And if it's Tom Amansky approved, certainly approved by one Mr. Fred McGriff. The next release from Action PC will be baseball in December, and we'll be on that like you know what, as we get set for 1949, and we'll see what that comes out with. And so, yes, this is the one that you want. This is not an incremental update at all. So we'll probably do a game for you sometime next week, just because we'll need a distraction from everything going on. Hey, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ron Juckett. We'll talk to you soon, but for now, have a great Friday, everybody, or watching on YouTube, a wonderful weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.